Hey Valkyries Nation, welcome into Inside Valkyrie Athletics. I'm Chris Sawyer, your host, Assistant AD for Athletic Communications, and this is our very first episode of what we hope to be a number of episodes. Inside Valkyrie Athletics is going to bring you recaps of events, stats, interviews, and behind the scenes look at Converse Athletics. We got a great show for you today, and we hope you guys stay with us. We're not going to waste any time. We're coming up right now with Director of Athletics, Jenn to get things started. Until then, go Valkyries. Hey, welcome back to Inside Valkyrie Athletics. As I said, we are here with our Director of Athletics, Jenn. Glad I could get you away from some of your Zoom meetings.
Yes, thank you for that.
But Jenn, we want to talk a little bit. We're getting close to Thanksgiving. It's been an interesting semester for you. Talk a little bit about what it's been like to be an AD and navigate through this time with your coaches and student athletes and your staff as well.
Sure. Thank you for having me, first of all. During this time as a third-year AD, the meetings have just been all the time, one meeting after another, really, and just trying to figure out ways to be intentional with our staff in between those meetings and with our student athletes as well. Just making sure we're all doing okay during this time. With everything going on in the world today with COVID and whatnot, but just making sure we're doing okay and really being intentional about making sure we're having those conversations with the right people and at the right times.
And I think a lot of it's paid off. You look at some schools across the country, they're all virtual. Most of their fall athletics are canceled. You've given your coaches, because they've done what they need to do, an opportunity to compete. We've had, tennis, swimming. We have a swimming meet coming up. It's cross country. So we've had a number. Talk about that. It's been exciting to see them, and then we do have the home swimming meet coming up on the 7th of November.
Right. Well, it is a challenge trying to figure out what can we do with our student athletes. They've done so well with the protocol and conditioning and just getting ready, and they came in ready for the fall. I really truly believe that, and knowing that they have worked so hard to follow protocol and do all the right things that we've asked them to do, it's just a reward to see them competing. And I know they feel that no matter what they have to do, pre-screen before they get on the bus to go, have their temp checked every day, before they participate in any type of activity. But to be able to reward them with some outside competition, I think that's great. And I think as a campus, we've embraced that. We want that for them. So just pleased with how everybody's been doing.
And I think one thing I've noticed is not just the student athletes and coaches, it's the staff. We're wearing our mask right now, protocol, to show that we're all in this together. And that's where we're standing in front of the Valkyrie Way here.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about this poster. I know we have a new one coming up. What it means for them to sign in. What is the Valkyrie Way?
Sure. Well, about a year or so ago, we started working with our faculty athletics rep at the time, Dr. Chandra Hopkins, to develop something that we could live by, a standard that we could live by as a department, as student athletes, as coaches, as administrators. And the Valkyrie Way, it was something that I had seen at another institution, so I stole the idea, borrowed the idea, but made it ours. We created this statement for all of us to just really remind each other about the standard in which we want to live and doing the right things in the classroom with integrity, outside the classroom with integrity, always thinking, no matter, even if no one's looking, doing the right thing. So that was where this sort of started. But then with the protocol and with everything else that we're going through, just making sure we're doing it in a way that we can be proud of and just represent Converse in a positive way.
Yeah, and you have us sign it too.
So yes, we all sign it just to sort of dedicate, to make our pledge to living the Valkyrie Way and everything that we do, to pursue excellence. And that's one of the big things that I'm about anyway, is everything we do to pursue excellence. And so that's just with integrity, going through all these changes that we're going through, but in an excellent way.
Before I let you go, because I know you got to get back to those meetings, but talk about spring championship seasons are coming up. The Conference Carolina's been putting stuff out, so we're very optimistic that
yes,
this
we
can
are.
happen. So talk about that a little bit and the excitement that, my gosh, we're going to be busy, but we'll finally be out
Yeah,
there.
well, this is what we've been waiting on since March 13th. So, and all through April, we're dreaming of days to have competitions again. So we're very excited. We know we're going to be overwhelmed with all of the things, but from Sunday to Saturday, we're excited to see that our team's competing again. And while it may be a shortened schedule or abbreviated schedule, the students deserve that. And so we're looking forward to seeing that.
Well, we appreciate you joining, being our first guest here on Inside Valkyrie Athletics.
Thank you.
Make sure you get some rest during the holidays, hopefully, because we'll be running. But it's an exciting time here at Converse College. We're happy that our Director of Athletics, Jenn, can join us. And I hope to have you back once we get started in the spring.
Look forward to it.
All right, we'll be right back. Until then, go Valkyries. Hey, welcome into Inside Valkyrie Athletics. We are here excited to have you. Let's talk about, you guys have been one of our programs here that's had an opportunity to compete. It's been away. You've had two meets. And talk about that. I know we've talked before, you had one meet, but you had a lot of improvement for the second meet. Talk about that a little bit and how your student athletes have been performing.
Yeah, so we've had 2 away meets, and our first meet we were a bit worried. We didn't know how it was going to go, and it was over in Kingsport, Tennessee. It ended up going really well. We definitely knew we could have some improvements just based off of starts, turns, all the little things, especially since most of our girls did not have a pool over the summer to swim in. So how do you stay in swimming shape? Well, we had 2 months to prepare, and we had our first meet. Came out of it with a lot of improvements, like I said, and our second meet actually went amazing. We came very close to winning against Bernal. It was also away. The day trips have been great, just to do it, to come back, and then the reset for the next week coming up. But at our Bernal meet, we had a lot of success. We had 2 girls go first, second in the 200 freestyle individual, and our last relay was where we really killed it. I mean, we were ahead the entire time. We pulled through. We won. The energy was high. Everyone was screaming. I feel like our team had the highest energy, which is exactly what we're looking for. And we came out of that meet really successful. We know we didn't win points-wise, but as a team, we know we improved on a lot. So for going forward, I think we know what we're going to do, and hoping that we can continue in January when we get back.
Yeah, and just so everyone knows, this is actually the first time this year that Converse has been able to hold the first home athletic event. So touch on the feelings and the excitement about being the first team.
Man, we are really excited. Honestly, being home, not having to travel is going to be great. We can wake up, we can feel refreshed, and just come mosey in here. No fans, no spectators. It's going to be different this year, of course, but we will have a live stream, so everyone should feel free to go on that, because it is our very first live stream ever. I'm really excited. I think the girls are too, especially to be home and to have one other team come. We do usually have tri-meets here, so doing dual meets, it's going to be really a quick meet. We're going to have the soccer team actually here timing for us, so we're going to have some support, and hopefully that all runs well. We're hoping that it runs smoothly, and I think the girls are going to have a great time.
Yeah, we're excited to talk about the live stream. We're going to be doing everything we can. We're going to have it on there. We've got Sydney, AC, JC. We'll have the whole team here making sure you guys are on. So we're excited for that. So everybody check govalkyries.com. We'll have that out there. So we still got another week to go, so we'll make sure everybody has that. But we have a swimmer from Indiana, is what I hear, from Lydia. So if we can bring Lydia in, we'll bring it back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I'll see you guys soon.
Lydia, how are you?
I'm good.
So Cindy asked the question about you have your first home meet coming up, but talk about that for you as a swimmer, not having to travel and being home, waking up in your own bed and coming out here and getting ready to compete.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Like, if we're traveling, it's early mornings, long rides, but here we are going to be fully refreshed. It's going to be a little different not having fans, but me personally, from being from Indiana, I am excited because my family will now be able to watch all the way from Indiana. So that kind of gets me a little bit more fired up and ready to perform.
And Sid, I'll let you talk to her about that. You're a fellow student athlete, about the excitement of just being able to compete through this whole COVID thing.
Right, yeah, kind of just touch along the topics of how it is right now. I know this year has required a lot of adjustments being able to compete, so kind of just talk about your excitement with actually being able to compete now.
It is really great. Like, there were a lot of uncertainties when we had to leave campus, and then when we were able to come back, and we didn't even know if we were going to have a season. But giving the gift of having this, to be able to get in the water and practice every day and compete almost every week is really great. Like, we are really blessed because a lot of teams aren't able to get in the water, so it's definitely something that we can't take for granted.
And I'm going to pose it, even though Sydney's my co-host, I'm going to pose this question to both of you. Actually, you talk about you've been on the road twice, and you guys have been on the road twice as well, right? And golf has an upcoming meet as well. And I'll ask both of you this: how has the bonding been through this? You know, when you get on that, you get up, you get on that van. And I'll start with you. How's the bonding been with your team and getting prepared to come home and be ready to go?
It's good. You know, like it's a little bit more tiring, but being on the bus together, like, we're all together. We are stuck in there for 2 hours, so you get to learn a little bit more about each other. There's a lot of singing going on, different things on the playlist that gets us just really fired up to compete.
And like, Sydney, I'll throw you on the spot too, because you guys are different. We talked about you're playing as
Right.
a group. You're not in different groups. You're all playing
Right.
together. So how's that bonding been as well?
So we really have had to work together as a team this year, and we always work as a team. But for golf, you compete individually mainly, and we compete with other teams. But this year, we're all playing together. So there definitely has been a lot more bonding, a lot more getting to know each other, which is awesome. I love it.
You know, I think, and you show different sports are really acting the same way with the bond. So we're going to bring Coach Morgan back in, and so we want to reiterate again, this swim meet will be live streamed, first one live streamed here at Converse. Your parents can watch it, all parents, friends, make sure everybody tunes in. We're excited, and once you guys are done this, you've got a spring season coming up, right, Coach, that you're preparing for?
Oh yeah, and conference has been pushed back a week due to NCAA's, but right now we're planning on having it the last week of February, so let's go Vals.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, thanks guys for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you so much.
We're excited to see you guys, and make sure you tune in, and until then, go Valkyries.
Go.
Hey, welcome back to Inside Valkyrie Athletics. I'm here with B and Val, junior tennis players. We're going to talk a little bit about you guys got to participate this year, the ITA regional. Talk about that a little bit, but first, actually, let's talk about this. Corona came, kind of messed up everything, but you guys, you stayed here and kept working out. Talk about that a little bit, B.
Yes, so we couldn't go back home during the summer, so we stayed here at Converse. And luckily we had the facilities open so we could practice during the summer. We got really taken care of. We were given access to the senior apartments. So it was a hard time, but we could make the best out of it. Yeah.
Val, do you think that helped you guys though, that you were able to stay here and keep working out?
I mean, definitely the fact that we could access the tennis courts. Like I know other teams, like the basketball team, like Wayziger, the gym was closed, so they couldn't access the basketball court or anything. So they couldn't practice, and we were lucky enough. Like tennis is an outdoor sport. We could come here. We had balls. Like we had access to anything we needed, and we were like 5 of us that played tennis, or 4, I don't remember. And we were able to practice with each other, because if I was alone, for example, like who I was going to practice with.
Sure. And let's talk about the ITA regional, because one thing I talked about with your coach, who's actually behind our camera today, we appreciate it, on the radio, was you guys actually you had a great weekend. You ended up facing each other in the consolation finals. How is that though, to play, your fellow teammate? You guys probably work out together all the time. I mean, do you treat it as like, I want to beat her, or you're just enjoying playing your fellow teammate?
I mean, it's always hard to play friends, mostly in tennis, because it's such an individual sport. But our coach was very good about being like, I know you guys are friends, but just play to win, which is what we do. But of course, it's always hard to play friends, yeah.
Same thing, or?
I totally agree. Yeah, it's hard, yeah. It's not the same.
All right, so you got that out of the way, the ITA regional. You guys are out here every day practicing, and again, South Carolina, beautiful weather. So what are you excited about? Spring season's coming up, competition. We have the holidays coming up. What's your plan to keep in shape, keep ready as you come back on campus after the holidays to play?
So just keep working out. Just keep working out as hard as we're doing right now. Be ready for the season. We're excited. I think we have a great chance at the conference, so we're definitely very excited.
And you might actually have some other players coming in after the holidays too, right?
Yes, exactly. We have 2 more international players coming in, maybe January, maybe February. I don't know. We don't know yet because they are from Europe. But we're very excited to have them. We already talked to them over FaceTime and stuff like that, and they seem excited. We are excited to have them. So that's going to be great, yeah.
And one more thing on the ITA regional to both of you. I mean, I know, again, you're out here all the time. It had to be fun to at least play other people. And so how do you keep motivated knowing that you don't have anything coming up until after the holidays?
I think it's just, coming to practice, working hard every day, knowing the goals of the team, knowing your personal goals, and just that, like the motivation from the teammates. And I mean, tennis is an individual sport, but I think that as a team, we push ourselves to get better.
And that's a good question, or what you just said with the team. I mean, how is it, your teammates and your bonding? I would think this time would give you a lot of time to bond, since you're not out there on the court against other people. You're around each other all the time.
I honestly think that we are a really close team. Like, we are friends with each other. We hang out outside of practice, and here in practice we are still friends, and we encourage each other to be better and get better. And I think that's really important. It's crucial for our team.
Lee and Val, thank you for joining us out here on this beautiful day. Coach Alex behind the camera, thanks for improvising. But again, we look forward to seeing you guys in the spring season, and best of luck to you, and have a happy holidays, and we'll see you when we get back. Until then, go Valkyries. Hey, hope everybody enjoyed today's episode. Thanks to Director of Athletics, Jenn Bell, Coach Morgan, and Lydia from the swim team, and of course, Belle and Val from our tennis team. Hope you guys got a lot out of it. Stay tuned to our website, govalkyries.com. It has a link to our social media. You see a lot of things coming up. We got the purple and gold scrimmage for volleyball Monday and Thursday this week. Golf is competing in Greenville. We also, like we talked earlier with swimming, have our first actual home meet of anything after the coronavirus, with our swimming team taking on UNC Pembroke. Hope you guys watch all our live streams, and watch us next week too, because this will be a weekly show. We're glad we could bring it to you and bring you in as part of the Converse Valkyrie family. And as always, until then, go Valkyries.